Hey everybody, and welcome back. I hope your New Year's is off to a great start. Mine certainly is. I woke up early this morning at 5 a.m. to pursue the dream. Pursue the dream of creating for you all the best language learning card game that I possibly can. And I think if you are considering to purchase this game in the future, or if you are a game designer and you like to design games, this video is going to be really interesting to you today because I'm going to share with you a lot of the planning that went into the design of the game cards for this game. The game is called Heading into Language Land, and this is one of the game cards, a character called Neomi. The artwork was done by the amazing Nikola Yenchev. So, quickly, the card breakdown goes like this. We have the name of the character, or the name of the card, I should say, the name of the card, the type of the card, the word categories you would speak about in your target language, a sort of power text or rule text. Every card has a unique power text, a storyline or flavor text, and then the copyright line, which has my name, the artist's name, a unique numerical code. Every card in the game deck is unique. No two cards are the same. And if the card has a star, that simply means you can only have one of this card in the deck at one time. So the character would be unique each game. It would only come up one time, a unique character or a unique place or what have you. So let's get into some of the special details and thought processes behind the design of this game card. First of all, there are only two fonts, and the fonts that I chose, I put a lot of thought into the font because I wanted it to look readable, but also cool. I've learned from past experiences designing games that readability is key. You have to make sure that players are able to read the text on the cards fairly easily, or even easily, just easily. If the text has too much of an artistic flourish to it, it might look really good, it might look really cool, but it's going to affect the player's ability just to read the card and get on with the game. So you have to strike a balance there. And what I decided to do was, for the names of the cards, I could do something with a little bit more of a flourish, but not too much. But you'll see this font here, some of the letters are going to have little curly cues or little sort of sloping lines to them, but it's still overall, it looks very graceful, very elegant, very regal, pretty standardized. All the other text on my cards is a second font, and that font is very clean, very standard look, easy to read, and I chose a font that maybe you can see here. It's a bit taller, it's a bit more compressed from left to right. It's not very wide, and I did that to help me save space on the card so that we could appreciate the artwork more, but still let it be quite visible. These word categories here are quite large because I want them to be readable from a distance so that players can leave the cards on the table and not have to pick up hopefully not have to pick up the cards. So I didn't want to make it too big and too gaudy, but that's pretty big. The rule text is a bit smaller because rule text often takes several sentences to explain, so by necessity I couldn't make that too big or it would cover up a lot of the artwork and just not look too good. So the size of that is sort of set. Now, all of the text on the card has an outline, a black outline, maybe you can see that, and that helps the font, that helps the text to pop over whatever artwork is behind it. Talked about the font sizes a little bit. One special, another thing I should mention about the the names of the cards in this game is that there's another special feature there. I can show you this Tweetsy card as an example. So there's two colors for the names of all the cards. Half of the cards in the game deck have a black name, and the other half of the cards in the game deck have a white name. Now, what does this mean? Well, if you choose a character that has a white name and you encounter a character that has a black name, that will let you know that that character is your enemy. And so if the characters have the same color name, that will let you know that you've encountered an ally. And if the cards have a different color name, that will let you know that you've encountered an enemy. So by color coding, this lets me convey more information to you without having to add more text to the card. Another special feature of the game has to do with this power text or special rule text. Every card has a unique one. And you can basically play the standard way of play for this game there's two ways. There's a basic way to play and an advanced way to play. If you want to play this game in a very simple way and a somewhat faster way and focus more on speaking about the word categories in your target language, then you can just ignore this text and still play the game. But if you want to get more out of this game, if you want the gameplay to be more complex, if you want the replay value to be high, if you want the game to be more interesting, if you are maybe a more experienced gamer who understands how to play those types of games that have more interlocking rules, and you want to bring more strategy to bear on the game, then you can include this rule text here. So I'm trying to appeal to a wider audience because I've learned, again, through experience. I have made complex games. You can check out my language learning card game, Other Tongue. It's quite complex, on par with Magic the Gathering, I would say. And I have made simple card games. You can check out Language Guardians. That is a card game more suited for general audiences, casual gamers. And the thing is, I really love the more complex card games because I enjoy to play them more over time. I always find myself coming back to them, and I can keep getting more fun out of them. Whereas the more lightweight card games I don't really like, even if they're really sort of catchy and you have a lot of fun and a lot of laughs at first. After you've done them a few times, and they might be very memorable games in some way, but after playing them a few times, I just don't find myself interested to play them anymore because they just, I don't know, I guess they don't challenge me. There's nothing more for me there. So I love the games with high strategy levels, high complexity levels. But I realize that not everybody is into that, and a lot of my customers, they just want to focus on building their target languages. So what I decided to do was build in two ways to play. And it's very simple. If you want to keep it simple and focus just on language learning, you don't want to get too strategic or complex, ignore this, leave it out. Don't worry about it. If you want the game to be more complex and you want to use more strategy and you want to activate special powers of your characters, then you can look here. You can use this. And you can play the simple way first and then start to include the special rule text later if you want to get more out of the game. So that's a really special thing. I hope people will like it. I hope this will bring more types of gamers together. Okay, I think that about wraps it up for this video. I did write a 10,000 word story to support this game. So the story text or the flavor text comes directly out of the story. So I think that also adds additional layers of richness and meaning. You can learn more about all the characters and special items and places by reading the story. And I think I mentioned already, sorry if I said this before, but there's a unique numerical code on every card because no two cards in this game deck will be exactly the same. I designed this card deck with an eye towards what I'm calling extreme collectability. I want to make every single card in the deck a work of art. No space wasted, no card wasted. Every single card has a purpose. So therefore, every single card will have a unique numerical code. Alright, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about the layout of the cards, what's on the cards, or how to play the game, let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to get into conversation with you. You can also check out the Heading Into Language Land playlist on the home page of my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you back here next Saturday. I'm putting up a new video every Saturday these days. I'll see you back here next time at Legendary Language Learner. Bye-bye for now.